Nithyanandam guys, this is Prasiddha. Welcome back to the Kundalini Yogini, a platform where we share all about the Veda agamic sciences, the ancient Indian sciences of life such as yoga, meditation, third eye, Kundalini awakening, and Ayurveda. So in this video in particular, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the origins of Ayurveda, where Ayurveda comes from, and a little introduction, brief introduction to it, to familiar you guys with this, because it's something which a lot of people have never heard of. I never heard of a few years ago, and it has only started to infiltrate the medical systems of the West. So I'm really excited. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, if you feel called to do so to learn more about conscious living, yoga, and spirituality, I would love for you guys to subscribe. So first, let's break down the word itself, Ayurveda. This word is composed of two parts, Ayur and Veda, which actually breaks down in Sanskrit to the science of life, or the science imparting the knowledge of life. And as we understand it, it is Indian traditional medicine. It's a whole entire medicinal system from ancient India, and it is an essential understanding of life as we know it and our role in life, in the cycles of life, and how we can live in harmony with our own bodies, with nature, with the elements that run the universe and run ourselves. There is written evidence of Ayurveda's tradition for over 6,000 years, but keep in mind it's actually much older than that, because before the scriptures, the Vedas, were written, it was an oral tradition. It was passed on through an oral tradition and memorization of these poems or shlokas. And so this tradition stretches far, far, far back, even more than we could grasp. For example, we even learned at my school in one of our Ayurvedic history classes that there is evidence of shilajit, which is one of the most common mineral supplements that promotes health in the body within Ayurveda. It's a really popular, almost herb, even though it's actually technically like a mineral. And they found evidence of civilization, the people at that time using it as a preventative medicine over 30,000 years ago. So imagine for a second how old this science really is. There's obviously something to it. If it is still a living science, how has it withstood so much time, right? There's an immense wisdom and power behind this science, which I can't wait to introduce to you guys. Ayurveda is actually considered the oldest healing system in the world. It is literally the oldest healing system we have record of, and rightfully so. As the stories go within the Vedas, Dhanvantari, considered the Lord and God of Ayurveda, he was an enlightened being, an actual incarnation, and there's a story of him emerging out of the Milky Ocean when the creation of the cosmos was happening, when the creation of Earth was happening, and basically delivering the science of Ayurveda within a pot. He emerged out of the ocean and delivered this science to humanity. And to bring it to a little more of a ground level, if you're not so much of a spiritual or mystical belief type person, he passed the science directly to sages. And these sages, we know for a fact, actually were living in the body and have evidence of their existence, such as Charaka, Shishruta, and multiple other different sages that this science was transferred directly to. Now, the common understanding of Ayurveda and what is acknowledged as a part of its history is the fact that this science was revealed in meditation. Believe it or not, it is actually acknowledged that this knowledge was found and delivered through meditation to enlightened beings, through sages and rishis that were meditating in the Himalayas. They were meditating and asking that cosmic intelligence, whatever that you want to call it, to give them the answers and solutions for health, for life and longevity. And this entire science was downloaded to them in the language of the gods, what we call Sanskrit. So to sum it up, Ayurveda is the goal, or the aim is to promote health and longevity in human beings and to completely eliminate disease. An essential understanding of the human body is that we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. Whatever exists in the larger cosmos, the cosmos at large, planet Earth, also exists inside of the human body. We're made up of the same elements, the same major 5 elements. With those energies, pretty much everything else within the science is derived. It's an extremely logical science, actually, but there's one major difference, I would say, between modern science and Ayurvedic science, and that is the acknowledgement of consciousness. Ayurveda understands the human body as an amalgamation of body, mind, and soul, or consciousness, Atman. And this is a crucial factor in really establishing true health and harmony in the body. Without acknowledging these 3 parts, this triangle of life that exists within us as our experience in the physical plane, we cannot achieve full health, because ignoring one will break the entire circle of health. All 3 have to come together for perfect true health and longevity. In Ayurveda, we understand that disease always arises out of disharmony in the body. Anytime something is out of balance is when a disease or disorder manifests. It's all about balance. Everything is about balance, about balancing our energies, about balancing the things that we put inside our body, the things that we do to our body, the things that we expose our body and senses to. And by balancing those and having complete harmony within those spheres, disease will not manifest and we will experience perfect health, swasthya in Sanskrit. This science is not just about making symptoms better, but actually improving the quality of our lives. What is the purpose of our life? What is the goals of our life? What are we living for? This is part of the Ayurvedic science. We need to know our purpose, live our purpose, and work towards our purpose. That is what we call Dharma, the Dharma chakra. It is the reason that we took this birth, the reason that we live. What is the purpose of our life? This is essential to experience a happy and healthy life. Ayurveda actually comes from the Atharva Veda, which is one of the 4 Vedas. The Vedas are the oldest scriptures we have to date, the oldest scriptures that exist in the world, and they are composed of the Rig Veda, the Yajurveda, the Sama Veda, and the Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda is where Ayurveda comes from. So if you're interested in researching the source and origin of it, definitely look up the Vedas themselves and see where the science truly comes from. But as a branch off of that, there was almost like a compilation and summary of the best information that was within the Vedas relating to health in the human body, which were comprised as the Samhitas. The Samhitas were only a few thousand years old, but they were also put together by these enlightened sages who are some of the founders of this science as we know it today, such as Charaka and Sushruta. They compiled the best information from the Vedas and compiled texts like the Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita. There was also the Ashtanga Hridaya and Ashtanga Sangraha. Those are considered the Brihat Trayi, the 3 major books of Ayurveda. So if you also are really interested in learning more, those are going to be your go-tos. This science applies even to the most logical of human beings. The source of surgery, even within allopathic medicine, is acknowledged from Ayurveda. Sushruta is actually the father of surgery. Within Ayurveda, there was over 100 different surgeries, including cosmetic surgeries, and 120 different surgical instruments used. This is the first record of surgery we have as humanity, so there is so much within Ayurveda I could continue to talk about, but I'm going to be making further videos on this channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to find more content on Ayurveda as I dive more in depth with all of these different branches of Ayurveda. Thank you guys so much for listening to this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Nithyanandam.